Hello everyone. In today's podcast, we are going to discuss about the importance of health, Indian healthcare industry and the problems associated with it and the way forward as discussed by Economic Survey 2021 chapter 5. As you all know, this is a value addition series. Here I will provide some facts and points that could enrich your mains answer, make it unique, catching the eye of the examiner. So let's begin. First, the survey discussed the importance of health as COVID was a healthcare crisis that turned into economic disaster and the resultant social crisis in the form of rising hostility and war within and between the civilization. For example, Russia-Ukraine war. Second one is, if we spend 1% more GDP on healthcare, it could decrease out-of-pocket expenditure up to 30% in Indian context. Third thing is, the health has a potential effect on reducing hardship for vast population, which is only a disease away from plunging back into poverty. So it has an economic consequence attached to it. And the fourth one is, as we all know that health and GDP are directly connected in the form of life expectancy, labor productivity and mortality of the population. Now the survey discuss the problems associated with healthcare market in India. The first one is, there is a failure of Indian healthcare market as it does not follow the free market theory of demand and supply, because there is an uncertainty of demand and there is variability of demand, and also there is information asymmetry. For example, there is variation in cost and quality of the treatment for the same disease, and quality deteriorates in the unregulated market. For example, one has to get an bypass surgery, so there are many hospitals who offering the same procedure but at different price, and also the quality of the treatment also differs. So this is in a sense is failure of market. Second one is, there are hyperbolic tendencies in the case of healthcare. How? Because the insurance penetration in the Indian healthcare market is the lowest among the lowest in the OECD category, and hyperbolic tendency is they are over-seeking hospitalization and under-seeking primary care. That means the population delays up to the extent that the hospitalization becomes necessary, and by that time the disease has progressed much more that could have been prevented with primary health care. Now if we talk about Indian healthcare in particular, the 66% of healthcare spending is done by states, not the union government. So we have to increase the capacity of the state governments in order to address the healthcare crisis. And the second, India is among the countries which have lowest hospitalization rates. For example, if we compare it to OECD countries, the hospitalization rates in India is 4%, but OECD average is 17%. Given that India has a higher NCD burden, the hospitalization rates should be higher, but they are not. Also, the private enterprise in healthcare industry is going unregulated, but at the same time 75% of the OPD care and 65% of the hospitalizations happen in private healthcare sector. So there is negative effect of large number of deaths is due to poor quality of healthcare rather than excess. And also the patients are readmitted to the private hospital after discharge 75% of the time. Now what does it mean? It means that the cost of the treatment after readmission would be higher and the chances of mortality also becomes higher. Now the fifth problem of Indian healthcare is the healthcare workforce. Now WHO standards are 44.5 healthcare worker per 10,000 population, but in India it is only 23. And if we look at the skill mix means doctor per nurse ratio. Now it is also variable. There are more nurses than the doctors, and it is vary from region to region. For example, doctor-nurse ratio of Kerala is higher than doctor-nurse ratio of Haryana. Major population is seeking healthcare in private industry, so the path of the solution of healthcare problem lies in private sector. Now the survey suggests the following solution. The first one is focusing equally on non-communicable diseases and communicable diseases. Now non-communicable diseases are like heart disease, diabetes and all those which are lifestyle diseases, and communicable diseases like COVID. Now there have been talks about improving the infrastructure, healthcare infrastructure. It is also discussed in the budget. I am sure that you all have gone through it, but the question arises is better healthcare infrastructure does not guarantee prevention on the diseases. For example, European countries have the best healthcare infrastructure around the world, but the highest burden of the mortality is in the European countries. They are also facing the burn of the COVID deaths and COVID related economic disasters. So infrastructure is important, but for the non-communicable diseases. But if we are going to talking about communicable diseases, then the prevention is more necessary. How can we prevent this? Is by improving on drinking water and sanitation. This is where Swachh Bharat missions comes in. And in addition to these two, there should be increase in the laboratory infrastructure around the country, which can easily and very swiftly can identify any strain or any disease and then can stem it in the beginning itself. So giving it very less chance to spread. Now for the best practices, the survey looks to the quality and outcome framework of the UK National Health Services. Now why do we look up to the National Health Services of the UK? Because the quality of the treatment is the same irrespective of the institution in which you are seeking healthcare. For example, if you are going to the private hospital and if you are going to the government hospital, both of them will provide the same treatment and will charge no amount because the amount is given by the government. So this is the model that survey wants India to replicate, that both private sector and government sector should provide the same quality of the treatment. For this, what the NHS has done? It has done three things. The first one is it has set up the national standards for operating hospitals and healthcare clinics. Second one is there is annual appraisals of all the private healthcare clinics. And the third one is clinical audits in which the officers from NHS would go and visit and audit all the functions of that healthcare institution, and there is public release of the data so that public can better identify and they have better decision capacity with that information. Now as for the problem of information asymmetry that we have discussed earlier in this podcast, the survey wants to tackle the information asymmetry by creating an agency like credit rating agencies that operate in the share market, where they rate any share in investment category or junk category, AAA plus or CCC minus. At the same time, the survey goes forward with the need that Indian healthcare system needs in the form of a sectoral regulator. There is no healthcare sector regulator which can control the quality and the treatment in Indian healthcare industry. Now, any other initiative you must have been preparing from your news and the budget, you can add to this value addition material. Now, in this podcast, I have discussed only one aspect of it, and you can quote the National Health Survey, the quality and outcome framework, the sectoral regulator in your mains answer. That could enrich your content. Now, all the other content you have already been reading about in your newspaper and the budget. Thank you so much. Signing off.